Hi, this is the first gift in the book Love and Gravity by Samantha Soto. In this first gift, the main character, Andrea, was forced to do something she does not like. She does not like girly things, but in this scene, she is forced to be more of a girly because her father is remarrying and she is forced to be the flower girl. And in this page, I'm gonna show you what the gift is possibly gonna be. So I'm gonna read from this entire paragraph. Diane Lee, the wedding planner, handed Andrea a small basket wrapped in pink lace that matched the taffeta tears she was drowning in. Diane fiddled with Andrea's curls, her forehead scrunched as though the fate of the world depends on her successful taming Andrea's hair under a reft of pink silk flower. This is where the sticky was. Andrea has not made her job any easier. She had not bothered to comb her hair or brush her teeth when she got dressed that morning. She didn't think that anyone would notice her anyway. She was short for a 9-year-old and blend in with the rest of the wedding decor. So, this was, like I said, she was forced to be the flower girl. And so I assume this will be a wreath of pink flowers. But when I first felt this, I thought it could have been like a choker of some kind of necklace. But it doesn't seem like it is now. And I am about to open this. Okay, let's see if I can open this one-handed. If not, I'm going to need a moment to open this. Let's see. And I like this blue wrapping. This is a nice blue color. It's a change of pace from the raspberry. And let's see if I can open this. Okay, not looking like it will open. So, okay, let's see. Let me try. Okay, I'll be right back with this opened. Okay, so I was able to rip that open. It was a little hard. I can't even pull it from here. I ripped it that way. So let's see what's in here. Yes, it is a wreath of little flowers. Oh, this is cute. Let me see if I can actually wear this. Oh, and this is the back. Let me see if I make it not so. Make it a little rounder. Gotta put this on my head. I'll be right back with this on my head. It looks kind of cute. I'm not sure if I'll ever get a chance to wear this. Hi, I'll be sharing with you the next two gifts in this book, which is on page 61 and page 81. On page 61, this one looks like a letter to Andrea Laurier, the main character. So this looks like a letter. And page 81, when I felt it, I can't really tell. It felt more like some hard stuff, like maybe bead or something. So I'm going to be sharing with you the gift on page 61. Right before the scene, she went to open the door and a delivery guy delivered a letter to her. And on the letter, there was no from. She doesn't know who it was mailed from, but it was addressed to her. And so she wasn't sure what to expect of it, though it felt very fragile. So she wasn't sure what to think of it. So at this point, she's back in her room and she's about to open that letter. So I'm gonna start here. Andrea set the phone down and reached for Mr. Weston's delivery. Tuna jumped onto the bed and planted all her 11.5 pounds over the wax-sealed note. Tuna is actually her cat. Andrea tugged the letter from beneath Tuna's hind leg. Red wax scattered over her lilac duvet. Andrea cracked the brittle seal and unfolded the letter. The edge of its first page was torn, as though it had been ripped from a notebook. It contained a single word written in brown-black ink. Name? The night Andrea had screamed her name to the very same question in the middle of Carnegie Hall, main stage bled out of an old wound, hot, sticky, and bright red. She crumbled the page and hurled it across her bedroom. Tuna jumped onto the paper ball, tossing it between her paws. Reason pounced it on it the same way. In both matches, the rumpled sheet lost. The letter had to be a prank. Even after 3 years, Google made the detail of her humiliation easy to find. All you need to type was Prodigy choked at Carnegie Hall. Andrea crushed the letter in her fist to make Tuna another toy. A line scribbled across the top of the second page, scream a plead. So, that was where this part of the scene was announced. I think this was right. Oh, right here. I'm gonna put it right here. So this was the scene for page 61 in relation to this. It looks like a letter, of course, and I'm gonna take a second to cut off a tiny trim here. Let's see, I'm gonna cut this with one hand. Got it. And I'll fix up that trim because I like my things to be a lot neater. So, and I checked to make sure that it was not long enough to fit this side. So, because I really like the seal on this end and I didn't want to ruin it. So, ooh, it was exactly that. It's like it was ripped from a notebook, and it does look like it ripped from a notebook, and on this side it say name. And since I did continue reading from the book, you don't know what the letter is saying. So I'm going to open this letter and read it from this side, which is what it says. Andrea, stop, pray. That was this is the part that that was to follow the paragraph I just read. So here it say, Andrea, stop, pray, take a breath. I swear to you this is real. I am the boy behind your wall, and you are the girl behind mine. Do not cast my words away. You are 17, and the time has come at last to tell you how everything began, how I have come to love you above all else, and how you will come to love me. So, that is the letter that, if you have read the book, you would know who is the writer. I'm going to leave that as a mystery for now. And that was it for this gift. And it was a very intense moment for Andrea, because she finally got a letter from the mystery boy that was from the wall, that was hiding in a way from the wall. So I'm gonna try to put this away afterward, a little later. And this is the gift on page 81. I'm gonna read it. Page 81 is when she went to Sri Lanka. She went there with her mother's boyfriend, along with her somewhat of a boyfriend, but not really a boyfriend. And she went there to help with the help build brick houses and like along the lines of that, volunteering. So, she was then given her birthday gift by the mother's boyfriend. Her mother always gave her the same thing, but her mother's boyfriend got her something different. So I'm gonna read, I'll read from the part here. So it say, Andrea took the gift from him. She knew without unwrapping it that it was another journal. Her relationship with her mother was best when it was predictable and from a distance. And after Carnegie Hall, Andrea thought that Julia has learned to love her a little bit more. She wasn't as lucky as her mom thought she was. And this is from me. Matt held out a crumbled paper bag. Just a little something to help you remember this trip. Andrea peeked it inside. A local handcrafted silver and glass beaded bracelet caught the sun. It's beautiful. Thanks, Matt. You're welcome. We'll celebrate with the rest of the team tonight. you don't need to go through that trouble. I'm sure everyone will be beat after work. So it's a birthday, and these were her birthday gifts. So this was right here at the line of a local handcraft silver and glass bracelet. So I'm guessing that this is a bracelet. So I'm gonna open this. It also has this, like, what's this called? Table. I'm not sure what's it called. It's like one of those things that you would put prior to getting putting on a cup. Oh, this is a little flimsy to open. Alright, I'm gonna be right back after I pull this open. Alright, I got it open. So, let's see what it looks like. Ooh, I like this one. It's a very pretty, multicolor one. It has a little, like, flower here, and it's in multiple colors. So, it's a colored rainbow, and I like things that are very colorful. And it's a very easy bracelet to wear. And, as you can see, obviously I'm not going to try to wear it over my arm right now. Not my arm, or over my wrist right now, so, but it's very pretty. And, if I could find what I'm going to wear tomorrow, decide what I'm going to wear tomorrow, I might wear this out. It's very pretty. It has all these multicolored green, teal, blue, purple, brown. It's pretty. Well, I can't wait to wear this, and it was a nice little gift to have. So that's it for this box. Oh, no, not for this box, but for this gift. On to the next one. Hi, I'll be sharing with you the next gift in this book. The page is for page 119, as you can see here. It looks like a blue box. And in this part of the story, Andrea has having another encounter with Isaac, and in this scene, Isaac showed her a watch that he was wearing that could possibly be a gift that she gave him in the future, because of the way that the watch has something very unique that it has to be from her from the future. So I'm gonna be reading it from right here. Isaac stood next to his bedroom window, holding a wooden screen. He dropped the screen and sprinted toward the crack, bumping into a low table. A prism and a set of circular lens wobbled on top of it. Isaac leaned it close to the crack and peered into Andrea's dark bedroom. Andrea stopped it playing the cello and flicked the switch of her reading lamp. The lamp's light shone on Isaac's elegant face. He smiled and raised his arm to the crack. "Stop!" she screamed, picturing his fingers crumbling. His hand stopped a breath from the wall. He rolled up his sleeve and pointed to a round piece of metal strapped it to his wrist. Andrea raised her chin to get a better look at the crack shrank. A 1950s Omega Seamaster's glass face shone in the crack's light. Andrea gasped. Isaac lifted the watch off his wrist and displayed its back. Two entwined rings, the symbol for infinity, were etched on the stainless steel. Isaac thrusted the watch closer to the crack. Andrea leaned it forward and learned the engraving's secret. The infinity symbol was not made up of circles, but two loops of tiny, delicate words. For Isaac, love, Andrea. So, this described a watch in great detail, and this was where the sticky was. As you can probably have guessed, this box should contain a watch. And I kind of got a sneak peek of it early, when I first got the box, because the lid was not, like, very well sealed. It kind of slipped off a little, so I got a glimpse of it, but I pretend I didn't see it, so I didn't know what the watch itself really looked like. So, ta-da! It is a very nice blue watch of the sky and galaxy. And I have not wear a watch in a long time, So I can't wait to put this on. And I like that it's blue. Matches the cover. Matches the cover perfectly. And I like that it's blue sky. I barely wear watches these days due to work, but I'll definitely give this a try. And I'll be back in a second with this on my my wrist. Hi, so I got the watch on. It's like this nice blue watch. It is a little loose on me, but I still like it. And that's it. Oh, and this is the etching on the back of the watch. Instead of putting the for Isaac, love Andrea in the in the sign of infinity, because this is too small, and most likely not a lot of places could actually do the etching that small without a good very expensive detailed machine. So that's why, of course, it's not in the infinity sign as described it in the book, but it's very close because they actually did do the etching for Isaac, love Andrea. And as being that is in the back, nobody could see it, you could still wear this gift out, and you be the only one who understand what the special meaning behind it is. Till the next gift. Hi, I'm about to open the last gift in this book, which is on page 315. At this scene, Andrea had found out that Nate had met Isaac a long time ago, and Nate never mentioned or told Andrea about this. So it was a very twisted and like completely bizarre kind of infinity kind of story. There were so many loops in between the story between Andrea, Nate, and Isaac. Apparently they all had met at a lot of different times in their life, and it was just really bizarre of how everything connected together. And it was a really good read, and I did cry towards the end of the story, because it did had somewhat of a sad ending. It was happy. Nate ended up being with Andrea, but it was a different kind of ending than I would have expected. And it really made me think about how is it really possible? Do we really have a parallel universe? And it's just very interesting to read about. And I'm gonna read the section of where this story goes. Where should I start? I think I am going to start from here to go into this part, because it really completes the scene. Hey, you! Andrea twisted around, tears flowing down her cheeks. Nate, what are you doing here? He sat down beside her, keeping a promise. What promise? What are you talking about? Nate pulled out a white handkerchief from his jeans and dried her tears. The shadow of a small stain on the corner of the cloth caught Andrea's eyes. She grabbed the handkerchief from him. Where do you get this? He gave it to me. He unfolded the handkerchief. The name of the church they were sitting in, along with a date and time, were scribbled in the middle of the cloth. It's how I knew you'd be here. Andrea stared at the familiar, maniacal handwriting on the handkerchief. Who gave you this? The man who gave me this. Nate slipped her pendant out from behind the collar of his shirt. It gleamed like a mirror in the sun. Andrea rubbed at her temple. I don't understand. You have had that pendant since we were kids. Yes, I've had it ever since the day I ran out of your house when I saw the glowing crack in the music room. For years, I refused to admit remembering anything about that afternoon, but the opposite was true. How could I forget the day I was convinced that I was becoming like my mother? Every detail about it was branded into my mind. The black sneakers I wore, my Metallica shirt, the way I ran out of your house and collided with an old man who was walking to your door. I slammed it into him and knocked it down the small wooden telescope he was carrying. it smashed it into pieces on the street. I thought he was going to be furious, but he wasn't. He just asked me what my name was. He almost seemed glad to see me. He told me that the telescope was supposed to be a gift for his daughter, Marguerite, but he said that he was going to get her something better. So, that was the scene in which he brought up about the pendant. And this pendant have showed up at the very beginning of the story. And Nate always had it, but nobody really knew that it was actually given to him by the old man, which is, if you read the book, you would know. I think I'll leave that out of the story. So I really like the detail of this, and I especially like this part. This detail. This is the globe. I really like that. And this is like literally like as if I was getting it in the mail. Fragile with care. It's really cute packaging box. I like it. And this should be the pendant that Nate had on, which I'm going to open right now, of course. And ooh, and the handkerchief. Ooh, I'm going to also get the handkerchief too. This is the handkerchief with St. John the Baptist Church, Gloucestershire, England, May 20, 2017. Oh, but there's no time on it. And as they say, there's a little unwashable mark here, trying to make it resemble as much as possible. And here's the metal. The shiny metal necklace. Very simple. I had actually had engravements on these shiny metal circle plates before. So I wonder maybe if I could actually get an engravement on it just for the fun of it. And that's it for this gift. And that was pretty awesome. It's been a really good book. And I was really sad toward the end. And I got really, really into the book. And I finished the second half of the book really, really quickly. Like pretty much within a day. Because I was reading it so much. And this was the really nice gift. And I probably will wear this necklace. And that's it for this book.